Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is part 2 of your 11th house and your social media. Okay, yes, we're going to be continuing talking about the 11th house, what sign it's in, what planets you have in there, and what that says about you in your social media, how to approach it, what things to watch out and look out for, and your overall personality. Okay, and this is very important because, like I said, social media is the era we're living in. It's all about the internet, the Aquarius energy and age, so your 11th house means that much more in this era. And also, just to correct myself, it's not the Aquarius age, we're just leading into it. And before we get into that, if you want to book a reading with me, you like my readings, definitely book on with me. All you have to do is email me at samastralreadings@gmail.com. That's samastralreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back to you, okay? Now, I am busy, so sometimes it does take me like a day, maybe 2 days to get back. But don't fret, I will certainly. So getting back into the video, okay? Let's get right into it. Your 11th house and your social media, okay? So we're going to continue now going into Libra, okay? So if you have Libra in the 11th house, or if you have Venus in the 11th house, and remember, I didn't mention Venus back in Taurus, and that's for other reasons, okay? But if you have Libra and or Venus in your 11th house, okay, when it comes to social media, you are blessed when it comes to networking. You can make lots of connections, lots of followings, lots of followers, relationships through social media. You are a networker, and this is the case when you have an air sign or planet, airy planet, in a air house, okay? Because air signs, they all communicate, and that's the whole point of social media, is to connect with people. We're sharing ideas, we're communicating, we're connecting to the world at large. And having Libra or Venus here, you're going to be able to connect because Libra and Venus rule relationships, okay? So having Libra in the 11th house or Venus in the 11th house, you can create so many connections, so many relationships through social media, which is going to boost you, okay? That's going to boost you. We all know it's about your views, your following, your interactions. So the more you have, the more popular you can be, the bigger you could be, the bigger you can promote your business, the better you can. So the networking here is amazing when you have Libra and or Venus in the 11th house. Amazing. And not only are these connections, but these are very peaceful, beautiful, like, connections. It's really beautiful. Okay, this is because this is Libra energy. This is Libra. This is also Venus. This is about being at peace with someone else. It's about balancing each other. So the connections are beautiful. People really like you on the internet, okay? Having Libra or having Venus in the 11th house, if you have Libra in the 11th house or Venus, people like you. You're likable. You're attractive, okay? You're beautiful, whether it be your personality, whether it be the things that you express or say, whether it just be how you look, your image, okay? You're beautiful. All right. And there are multiple placements that are beautiful online. I actually forgot to mention Taurus in the 11th house. That's also looking good online, and you can use that to make money. But with Libra and also Leo in the 11th house as well too. But also Libra. Okay, Libra is very beautiful. So people are going to be very attracted to you. People are going to like you. And you could create such beautiful Venusian relationships, through the internet. So lots of connection and lots of beauty and admiration. So very well liked, and that's a powerful thing. Don't we want to be liked in the internet? That gets us more views, gets us more followers. And it's just good positive energy. Also, you can use art and beauty in social media, okay, as a way to promote yourself. I remember back in YouTube, like, makeup YouTubers were really big. Like, you had a lot of them, like, amazing personalities, and they would sell beauty and all that type of stuff. Like, that to me is very Libra in the 11th house, like selling beauty online. But yeah, you can get into the arts, whether it be music, dance. Also, with Libra and Venus, this is a very mental sign, so they're very smart. One thing I know about Libra and also with Venus is they don't like to ruffle the feathers. They like to keep everything balanced and nice, okay? So, but just because you're balanced and nice doesn't mean you're fake necessarily, because again, Libra and Venus, it's a very logical energy. So you guys balance what you say. So, a lot of times the things that you guys present online are usually very balanced, okay? You can put out a crazy opinion, but make it make sense, make it fair, make it equal. That is a very beautiful thing, because the internet, social media, can be so controversial. Geminis, they just love like spinning out anything. Aries, Aries in the 11th house, they just go at it. They do not care. And that's literally the opposite of Libra and Venus. So Aries and Mars people, the opposite. They're going to say whatever. They might get canceled, whatever. Libra and Venus, it's like, you guys don't get canceled. You guys know how to take very unique information and ideas, even controversial ones, and make them very well in balance, because you take in consideration each side of the argument. So a lot of what you express online is taken very well. You have great PR skills. I think Libra in 11th house is great PR skills, because 11th house is the society at large, and Libra and Venus is presenting beauty, presenting balanced thoughts, thoughts and ideas to the world. It's being a mediator for society. Okay, so a lot of what you present is peace, okay? And it's a beautiful thing to take a unique idea and bring beauty to it. Have a unique opinion and bring balance and peace and fairness to it. That is a powerful thing. You guys are very well liked because of the way that you guys can put your ideas together. And that is a hard thing for people to do. A lot of people in the 11th house, when it deals with Aquarius energy, they just want to be rebellious. Remember, this is Aquarius energy. They just want to be rebellious. They just want to say whatever they want online. You know how online, you might not say this, in general, but online, you got the Twitter fingers and you saying whatever you want to say that would normally cancel you. Well, with here, Libra and Venus, you have the ability to say the right thing and not be tempted of just like typing whatever you want. You know how to balance it. You know how to make a balanced opinion, something that can be controversial, but because of the way it's presented, it's fair and equal to everyone. Very beautiful thing, because so many people get into controversies on the internet and social media. So many people get canceled. So many things happen on the internet that's so shocking. So it's like, Libra brings that peace and that balance. So this is a very powerful placement. You're very well liked. You're very well loved. You don't deal with controversy. You're beautiful. And you make a lot of connections. Amazing placement. I wish I had this one. I wish my Venus was in the 11th house. It's in the 8th house. But anyway, now it's Scorpio or Pluto in the 11th house. Okay, Scorpio, Pluto in the 11th house. Now we're getting into the opposite energy. Okay, now this is a different type of opposite. This is darker energy. I have this placement. I actually have both Scorpio in the 11th house and Pluto in the 11th house. So I know this energy. This is not an easy one. All right, this is not an easy one. Now, Scorpio is very conservative. Scorpio and Pluto, they're very conservative. Okay, so this isn't a fast rise. This isn't like you're going to get mad attention like crazy. It could happen. Anything can happen on the internet, actually. However, generally, this is not as open. This is not Libra and Venus, where they're very extroverted, making all these connections. You're more conservative. It's almost like you don't trust people. Okay, so people with Scorpio in the 11th house, they might not be so active on the internet like that. Okay, they might research a lot on the internet, study a lot of people, read people's status and see what's going on, but they're not going to be so quick to just posting. This is more conservative, this is more strategic, and this is more deep and intense. And a lot of the pity patter, the chitty chatter that goes online could be just extra to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio and Pluto energy in the 11th house. You guys are very deep. All the extra chatter on the internet is just so extra. There's no point of being so overtly active. Okay, unless you have a real mission, a goal, then it becomes something else. And I understand this because this is exactly how I was. I wasn't so active on social media apps like that. But then once I tapped into one, and I had a purpose, it was like, yeah, I'm using it, like with YouTube, or like with Facebook, back when I had and Facebook, or Scorpio and Pluto in the 11th house. This could be like you only have one social media, maybe you only stick to one that you're comfortable with. You don't like going too out, very conservative. This could even be no social media, like I'm just done, and I had many moments, and I'm trying to work on this, where I could just be out there, and then I'm just completely done, like, with social media. Thank God for my 10th house, but that's all. Pluto and Scorpio 11th house, you're definitely more conservative. Another thing is that you're very dark. A lot of the information that you tell online, express online, can be very dark. This could be dark posts, very depressing posts. It's like you going through your feed and then you're like, ooh, that person might need some help. Why are they saying all of that? This is definitely that. You can cause a lot of radical transformations online too. The controversy here could be crazy. Pluto and Scorpio rule taboo. Things that we're too, we don't want to deal with because it's dark. We just kind of, that's what Scorpio and Pluto is all about. The dark side, the shadow side, what we don't want to deal with. So you bring that on into the internet, into society. This is like bringing out a lot of issues that people aren't ready for. Scorpio in the 11th house, or Pluto in the 11th house, the superpower is kind of bringing out the things on the internet that people don't want to deal with. Okay, the truths. This could be someone posting statuses and then everyone gets mad because they said something that was so exposing and, people are not ready for it. There's a lot of deep truths that are very taboo. A lot of taboo information that you can express online. This can be very controversial. A lot of unpopular opinions. Okay, just again, it's like people are scared of it. You deal with the shadow side of the internet. Okay, the shadow side of the internet. This can also be occult knowledge. Okay, again, the shadow side of the internet. Learning deep information. Okay, again, I got Pluto and Scorpio in the 11th house, and I teach astrology online. And some people can call it mainstream. Some people call it occult. But this type of information is only set for people who are looking at life and experiencing life on a deeper level. Okay, that's just what astrology is. It's not going to be for the average person. It's going to be for a person who is more so trying to discover the mysteries of the world. So that's why a lot of my Scorpio and Pluto videos do so well, because I'm a Pluto Scorpio person in the 11th house. Like, I'm meant to bring in deep information to society, and even information that people might say is taboo, people might say is not real, or people might say is just too dark. I'm meant to bring that. Okay, so that's what it is. You could be very controversial on the internet. Okay, very controversial or very occult like. Okay, maybe it's not controversial again, maybe it's just deep information, hidden information that is considered pseudoscience. Okay, whatever it is, it's deep, and that deepness deals a lot with your research. Pluto and Scorpio in the 11th house, a lot of your unique ideas get challenged like crazy. You don't get to just put out all this dark, information, or this like taboo information, or this triggering information without backlash. You get a lot. It's like a power game. Pluto and Scorpio deals with a power game. So when it comes to power struggles, you're dealing with that in the 11th house, in social media and the internet. So you can have people bullying you. You can have major cancellations with Pluto and Scorpio in the 11th house. Major cancel, major controversy, major backlash, okay, because of the stuff that you say. That's why it's very important with Pluto and Scorpio in the 11th house, okay? Just like I said with Virgo in the 11th house, Scorpio or Pluto in the 11th house, you have to research well. You have to be well studied. Okay, a lot of your ideas, okay, get challenged. So you're naturally going to want to study them because you're used to people gaslighting you anyway. Let's just call it how it is. You're used to people gaslighting you, especially when it comes to your unique thoughts that are different, that do have substance, but because they're so unique, like, people will gaslight you. People will say you're wrong. This is why you have to be well studied when you have Pluto and Scorpio in the 11th house. You have to be well studied because you're going to have to be able to combat the backlash. You're going to have to be able to. You're going to have to be able to. It's that power. It's like gaining your power back. So if you're not well studied, people will check you real quick. The karma is quick. You can't get away with little white lies or anything like that. So you want to be well studied because, like I said, you're going to get the backlash anyway. But if you're well studied, you can back yourself up. Okay? You can back yourself up and be able to fight the powers that are against you. Okay? Which is Pluto. Pluto is about powers against you. Scorpio is about powers against you. It's a power game. So you really want to be well studied so that you can really take your stance in a very powerful, confident way, because you're going to have to dealing with Scorpio and Pluto energy. Okay, gaslighters, people trying to cancel you, all that type of stuff. And don't worry, because like I said, Pluto and Scorpio is a very powerful energy. You are here to have purpose and power on the internet. You're not here for some little boo-boos. You're here to have real purpose and power and change in the internet. You can really transform it. So you are a powerful person, okay? And you do have not only the power to change and shock people, but also to have an occult following. Okay, Pluto and Scorpio 11th house is also an occult following. People really connect to you because of how deep you go. Okay, and when you're able to go that deep, you also have deep connections with people online. You know, you're reading people on a deep level, you're expressing deep things. People connect to that depth. Okay, so you can have a following of people who really strongly believe with you because you're a strong person. You're saying strong things, and you could be saying stuff that a lot of other people want to say. Pluto and Scorpio 11th house, you could be saying a lot what other people want to say but are too afraid to say it. You do not know how many people you're speaking for that are too afraid to speak up. So Pluto and Scorpio 11th house, face your fears with the internet. I know you're more conservative. Trust me, I have the same placement. I hated the internet. I hated coming here. I'm like, I gotta edit, I gotta do this, I gotta post consistently. It's not natural, but find your rhythm. Once you find your purpose on the internet and what you're here to do, you're gonna go full ham and you're gonna surprise a lot of people. Very powerful placement, but takes a lot of discipline, research, understand what you're doing, because you can cause some major backlash. Okay, it comes with a lot of power, so be careful. It's like a time bomb. If you have Sagittarius or Jupiter in the 11th house, woo! This is a fun placement, okay? Now, Pluto and Scorpio is very powerful too, but this is powerful as well. Jupiter is going to expand this. Expand your following, expand your energy here. You have a big energy here, okay? You're like Jupiter, you got a big energy. You're spontaneous. You have lots of up energy. You are philosophical, so you can teach a lot and say some amazing things on the internet that makes people go, woo, or make people want to quote you. Okay, and you're expansive. So Jupiter expands wherever it's at. Sagittarius expands wherever house it's at. So you are expanding this house, meaning you have so many followers, so many people you can connect to. Okay, Sagittarius, Jupiter in 11th house. Okay, you guys don't only just travel a lot to meet people, but you guys travel on the internet. There's so many connections that you can make. Your social media can really, really expand. Okay, with Sagittarius and Jupiter here, you get really lucky with social media. This is a fast climb. This is the lucky one. This is the one who goes viral, literally. Okay, there's so much expansion here, and that's why Jupiter and Sagittarius loves the 11th house. It loves the 11th house because the 11th house is all about society at large. So Jupiter and Sagittarius are clearly going to have a lot of fun here because they get to expand and you get to see so many different people and connect to so many different people. Okay. You are international. You can gain a huge following. You can expand from countries to countries. Like the popularity here, the connections here are abundant. They're just unstoppable. So really big energy here with Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 11th house. Very positive, very philosophical here too. So much great information can spread. Okay, that people will just spread. You know, and these people are very bold too and have such a positive reaction in society and 11th house and social media. You know, very similar to Venus and Libra, of getting like people liking you and stuff like that. Same thing with Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 11th house. A lot of people are gonna like you and gravitate towards you because of your optimistic energy. and you just can just meet so many people here. It just expands and expands and expands. So very, very powerful placement. People with this are blessed. Like if you have Jupiter in the 11th house, Sagittarius in the 11th house, very blessed. It's a great place to be. And like I said, Sagittarius is also philosophical. So the intellect that comes with the internet and social media can really be complemented here with that philosophy that Sagittarius and Jupiter brings. So it's like, you know, you're bringing your big ideas to the internet and people love it. So yo, there's really not much bad things to say about this placement. This is a very, very great placement. So if you have this, you're blessed. You get a fast rise. You get positive energy. You're big on the internet. You have a big presence on the internet. You can expand with it to no limit. I mean, there's just really no complaints with this. I wish I had this. You know, but you know what? You gotta love what you have. Again, Pluto is still just as powerful as Jupiter. It's just the process is different. Okay, you could be just as influential with Scorpio and Pluto in the 11th house as Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 11th house. It's just the expansion, the approach is much different. So that's why, again, it's very important to understand this. Okay, so and you can have like a lot of social medias, like so many different, like it's just endless with Jupiter and Sagittarius. But you guys are blessed. You guys are very lucky. It's a great placement to have. If you have Saturn or Capricorn in the 11th house, okay? If you have Capricorn or Saturn in the 11th house, you are much more conservative, okay? Now you are going the complete opposite direction as what Jupiter was just going in. Jupiter was all expanding it. Saturn's going to restrict this area in life. So you're not going to be making, just like, okay, Saturn and Capricorn 11th house, just like how you guys don't make a lot of friends, you're not going to make a lot of social media connections. You're not a networker. Okay? What you are, though, is a worker. And the thing about being a worker, it don't matter. Being a worker is universal. It doesn't matter what type of work it is. If you know how to work, you know how to work. So with Saturn or Capricorn in the 11th house, even though you don't make connections quick, you know, you're going to be very restricted in the internet. You're not going to be all like that. If you put in the work, you can build something out of this, okay? It'll be a slow rise. It's not going to be fast like Jupiter. You're not going to make all these connections like Venus and Mercury. However, you are going to make very big moves, very practical moves, and very essential moves to turn into a business. Capricorn or Saturn in the 11th house, you can turn social media to a business. And that's just all 11th house and earth signs. This can automatically turn into money. Automatically, it can turn into money. You have the potential. God has blessed you to make this area in life a place that you can turn into money. So with Saturn and Capricorn 11th house, this is being a content creator. What is the job for social media? Being a content creator, being an influencer. This is it. You got to find your niche, find your purpose. Very similar to Pluto and Scorpio 11th house, how you have to find your purpose. But Saturn and Capricorn, it's more practical. Find what is the practical use of your social media. Otherwise, you're not even going to be dealing with social media. I'm just calling out like it is. Capricorn and Saturn is not a networker. They don't care about socializing unless it helps their business. And we know there's so much business that you can use for with social media. People use social media to promote their businesses. So, and being how big social media is now, it's when you have Saturn and Capricorn in the 11th house, use this. You can build something out of this. You can build a career out of this. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take patience, okay? It's not a fast grind, but it is a slow and sure grind. And if you work on it, you can build a real career out of this. People with Saturn and Capricorn in the 11th house are very disciplined when it comes to the internet. Okay, once they decide, hey, I want to use this to promote my business. I want to use social media to promote my career. I want to use social media for whatever it is. They got it, because this is a very disciplined sign. They have a very disciplined way of approaching social media. It's not games to them. So they're going to be about their business. They're going to be about building their business. If they're trying to gain followers, they're going to create a strategy in order to gain following quick. It's all about strategies. Okay, I might not gain followers quickly, but let me create a strategy that can get people to really follow me. That's how it is. Like Saturn and Capricorn 11th house is like coming up with a strategy for the internet. How am I going to take over? Okay, because Capricorn and Saturn is limiting you here because it wants you to work here. It wants you to work. And not only that, it wants you to work on your ideas. Okay, how you express yourself online can come with criticism. Maybe not as intensely as the Pluto one, because it's, you know, it's more practical. And like I said, Saturn and Capricorn just might not even bother with social media, and it's not on an emotional level. But that discipline is what's going to make you disciplined in the approach and how you deal with social media. This is why the Saturn Capricorn 11th house person can create a business out of social media, because they're consistent. You know, that Jupiter 11th house person or Sagittarius 11th house person, yeah, they could probably get really big, but can they keep it going? These are like the influencers that come big for like a year and then they're out because they didn't strategize, they didn't come with a real foundation, and they don't know how to branch and grow their business, grow their content. But with Saturn Capricorn 11th house, you're too disciplined for any of that. Once you decide you want to take this to career level, it will be. You will have the discipline better than anybody else. Simple. You're going to be the one because you have a serious approach to social media. So the discipline is there. Tap into that. You can turn into a career. If you have Saturn in Capricorn, if you have Saturn Capricorn in the 11th house, okay, tap into the internet. Figure out what skills you want to use and use social media for. You can really turn this into a career. Okay, I know you have a lot of limitations when it comes to connections and friends. You probably think, oh, social media is never gonna work. I don't make connections. You do make connections. You just make powerful ones. The ones that are really, you know, just like how with Saturn, Capricorn, 11th house people, their friends can be very much older. You know, not only do you have more limited friends, but your friends could just be older, more mature. You know, that's you. You're more mature. So your approach is just gonna be more mature. Don't take I just want to have fun on social media like everyone else and go viral like everyone else. Don't take that approach. That's for the Jupiter Sagittarius people. That's for the Mercury Gemini people. That's for the Libra Venus people. Take the serious approach and you're going to see how your social media grows, how your business grows. Career is there for you. I'm telling you, you have the opportunity. You just have to be willing to put the discipline and work ethic and whatever business, whatever you want to grow. If you want to take your career to the internet, it will work for you. This is a content creator placement because you got the business skills, okay? You got the discipline. You got the more business approach, serious approach to social media, okay? And to make value off of this could be a career. This could be where you make serious money. This can turn into your whole career. It can be frustrating in the beginning, but I'm telling you, it's the consistency that builds the excitement. I'm telling you, you're going to have followers. You're going to have what you need. Just find the purpose and put in the work. Now, if you have Uranus or Aquarius in the 11th house, you are at home here. Congratulations. This is your house. You like to network. You like to meet people. You get a lot of following quick. People just be following you. You just be following people. You just be mixy. You connect and you network with a lot of people. You're also very unique. Okay. Uranus in the 11th house and Aquarius in the 11th house. You will have a unique talent or two. Why? Because Uranus deals with the mind, the higher mind. Okay, so a lot of people with Aquarius energy in general, they tend to have unique skills and talents. Why? Because they like to use their mind in a unique way. So when you're using your mind in a unique way, you're doing unique stuff. That's what's going to give you that unique talent. Maybe you're a professional at knowing everything about lizards. Okay, maybe you paint and dance at the same time. Like, I know an Aquarius who does that. She like paints and then she dances, and it's just one of the most beautiful things to watch because as she's dancing, she's creating an image. But it's Aquarius. What I'm saying is Aquarius, y'all are so weird. So there's so many unique things that you guys do. There's so many unique hobbies you guys are into. There's so many unique topics you're into. What is the internet? All about unique topics. This is the place you go for your niche topics. The internet is the place to be unique and to look for worlds that connect to your uniqueness. Okay, I am still am, but I was obsessed with, models, right? When America's Next Top Model came out, I used to be obsessed with models, and I really wanted to know more about them. America's Next Top Model just wasn't enough for me. What did I do? I went on the internet. I started looking at videos of Naomi Campbell modeling in the 90s and Linda Evangelista and Chrissy, like a unique niche. And this was back in like the late 2000s, like 2008, 9, 10, where people weren't looking into it that deep. I was only able to figure this out through the internet. This is what I mean. Aquarius, Uranus people in the 11th house, you're at home here. You guys are so unique. There's so many unique things that you guys know or do that you guys always find niches in the internet. And what is the internet all about? Niche down. What do they always say? Niche down, be unique. And not that you have to do it that way, but I'm just saying how much of an advantage it is because of how unique you guys are. You guys have so much stuff to say too. Aquariuses are so mental. It's like just like Gemini, so much to say. Like, your guys' ideas are so unique. You guys are also shocking and rebellious. That is something about the internet and social media. It's all about creating new trends, being a trailblazer, creating unique ideas so that people can think in a different way, opening people's minds. Uranus Aquarius people, you guys are so unique. This is what you guys do. This is why you guys get so popular and viral on the internet, because of your uniqueness. You're so unique, and you're networking, and you're smart. This is why you're at home here. You have all the attributes of the 11th house. So you're literally operating in the 11th house. Like, you're at home here. So you have everything. You can go viral with this placement because you have so many connections. You network with everyone, with so many people. Okay, Uranus in the 11th house, Aquarius in the 11th house, that's a lot of followers. That's a lot of following. Following a lot of people following you. It's a great networking energy. You're made for the internet. You are made for the internet. Aquarius, Uranus in the 11th house, you're made for the internet. You should be there. And you guys have so many connections. There's so much you guys can build. I mean, I don't know what more to say. You guys can be very funny, very entertaining. Like, look at the big social media stars. They're unique. They're shocking. Whether it be their look, whether it be their videos, there's something about it that stands out. And that's what you guys can do. Aquarius, Uranus, and 11th house people, you guys stand out. You guys are the unique people in society. Amazing placement. You are blessed. You are at home here. You get the choice. You can network, connect, and be the unique people yourselves. I mean, what more do you guys want to say about it? Can there be backlash? Yeah. Can there be controversy? Absolutely. Y'all be saying some kooky stuff. Y'all be doing some kooky stuff. But I'm going to be honest. I just feel like you guys can not only don't get as bad backlash or as like Pluto or even Saturn. Especially Pluto. But people like it. Your edginess, your controversies work for you. With Uranus and Aquarius here, it is so at home here that it is in your purpose to be controversial. It is your purpose. It is your brand to be controversial. You don't gotta back up your weirdness that much. People accept that for who you are. That's literally your purpose. But I don't know. It's a blessing. It's a blessed placement. This is amazing. I can imagine myself having so much fun with Uranus and Aquarius in the 11th house. And last but not least, okay, if you have Pisces or Neptune in the 11th house, woo! This is a very interesting placement. Okay, very interesting. Now, this is very interesting because Aquarius in the 11th house deals with society. Okay, society at large. And when you put Neptune or Pisces, okay, in this house of society at large, you're talking about no boundaries. You're talking about people violating your boundaries on the internet. You got to be careful. Or Pisces and Neptune in the 11th house. Now, you guys can connect to a lot of people because you guys are very intuitive. You guys easily feel for people. So you're easy to relate to. This is Pisces energy. Pisces can be popular by accident, just because people just like using them. They like their energy. So you have that same type of energy with the internet. You can connect to a lot of people. However, all this connection can be a lack of boundaries. You can be embarrassed on the internet. You could be shamed on the internet. Just boundaries violated on the internet in any type of way. Okay? And this can make you very emotional. Okay? This is why you get, you can have a very emotional relationship with the internet. And this is for all water signs. Okay? This is just what it is. That emotional relationship with the internet. But with Pisces, it's because of the lack of boundaries and how many people just kind of like can violate you. Okay, either embarrass you online, okay, shame you online, gaslight you online, okay, maybe the stuff you put online was exposed and you didn't want so many people to see it, but for some reason it got exposed. You gotta be careful with this because it's a slippery slope. Neptune and Pisces represents where we're unconscious about. So we can be very unconscious about society and how it's working and how they're seeing us. Okay? Pisces and Neptune in the 11th house could be like no control over your image. Okay? Not having a direct image. Okay? It's the lack of boundaries. Okay? It's people interpreting you however they want to. People saying you said this. People effing with your image like that. That's why you got to be careful. Neptune, Pisces in the 11th house is very vulnerable because Pisces needs solitude and you're putting it in the house of society. So lots of boundaries get violated here. Lots of boundaries get violated here. You want to be careful. However, you could be a spiritual person on the internet, very healing. Okay, you could be a huge guru. Okay, with Neptune, Pisces in the 11th house, Neptune or Pisces in the 11th house. You could be like a spiritual guru. And this is why being a spiritual guru on the internet is a big thing because you connect to a lot of people. Okay, when you're being a spiritual teacher and you're spiritually connecting to people and talking about emotional healing and all that type of stuff, these are things that connect to people deeply. This is why people can connect to you strongly. This is why being a spiritual healer on the internet is a big thing because you're connecting to a large amount of people in an emotional way. And that's what creates that occult following. Yes, Neptune and Pisces in the 11th house could be an occult following, just like Scorpio and Pluto, just like Cancer and Moon in the 11th house. These water planets and signs in the 11th house does create an occult following just for different reasons. Okay, so like Cancer and Moon could just be about nurture, feeling nurtured by the person. Scorpio, Pluto could feeling the depth and the real rawness of the person. Pisces and Neptune is about having no boundaries. It's about being relatable to everyone on a very emotional level and even a healing one. So if you're healing people, they're gonna love you. Okay, some of my biggest heroes on the internet were spiritual teachers. Okay, they're the ones who like helped me with like shadow work and healing my depression. Specific people, a specific person, honestly. But again, that is the power of water energy in the 11th house. It's the power of healing. Okay, and that connection that you create. So Pisces and Neptune in the 11th house is very spiritual. A lot of people connect to you. A lot of people look at you like a spiritual guru. A lot of people could have been healed by you on the internet. So there's a lot of that attachment. But with Pisces being so nice and delicate, there are no boundaries. So people can violate this. People can violate you. You want to protect your boundaries here. Okay? You really do, because they really can get violated with this placement, okay? With the type of connection. So the same energy that is giving you a lot of attention is also the same energy causing a lot of issues, because yeah, you're getting a lot of attention, but you're also getting your boundaries violated. It's very similar to like a celebrity, and paparazzi. When I think of Neptune and Pisces in 11th house, I think of like a celebrity and paparazzi. Like, yeah, you're getting mad attention. Clearly you're a big deal, and that's only going to help your network if so many people want to see you all the time. However, your boundaries are being violated. It's like pictures everywhere. Like, yeah, I get it. A lot of people like me. I get a lot of attention. I can make a lot of money. But, like, my boundaries are being violated. I can't even walk outside the house. That is very much like Pisces, Neptune, 11th house. All right? Don't get doxxed with this placement. It's just a lot of boundaries violated. But If you are more conscious, be conscious and aware. If you are more conscious, even with your unique ideas, be more conscious about them. You are such a spiritual person, you guys. You can only be successful if you match that spirituality, that intuition, that those emotional healing abilities with your higher mind. Okay, your higher mind is going to give you the ability to protect yourself and be conscious of not only what you're saying, because you got to. People will try to gaslight you too with this placement. Not only with what you're saying, but how other people are reacting to you, what other people are doing to you, how other people can try to manipulate you. You need that because, again, Pisces and Neptune in the 11th house is a very vulnerable placement. It is like it's like celebrity and all paparazzi energy. But if you're aware and you're conscious, you can protect yourself and heal a lot of people. A lot of people love you. Okay, you're like a savior. So that is 11th house in your social media. Okay, we went through all the signs. Okay. And the last few here on part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that, okay? And I hope this teaches you a little bit about yourself, okay? Look at the placements that you have and see how you can connect that to your social media. You don't have to be a content creator to get into this. Even if you're just here on social media just to look around, it's still good, okay? You don't got to be a content creator. You posting a comment on someone's page, you can get backlash just off of that. Just your status can cause a lot of attention, and you might want to understand why, or why is my following taking so long, or damn, why do I get all this attention, or why does it go good and then it goes bad on me, or why can I? This is what this video is about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you do, you might enjoy my readings. Okay, I do birth natal chart readings as well as tarot. All you have to do is email me samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com. And I'll check you guys later. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it.